What's up? Happy Thursday, guys. Welcome to Bestie Vibes Podcast with Lita and Shabana. We're back to talk and talk and talk.
We're so happy and thrilled that we're having you guys over the show again, and you guys are watching us and supporting us. That's beautiful, and you know why you're here.
Okay, stop clapping.
She gets annoyed with everything. Everything I do, I get bullied.
No, she's clapping a lot. Okay, maybe you know what? I may have made you guys notice now, but okay, maybe we should talk about things that cringe you or things that like annoy you. This is one of it.
Everything I do annoys this girl. Maybe not I'm the only one. I feel bad for Hamid. I feel so bad for him. Like, I wonder how much times you will tell him, can you not breathe because it's annoying me?
But sometimes men's breathing does annoy you.
I told you guys. Everything annoys her.
The way they eat, the way they breathe. It's only certain times that it does.
Okay, I'll not clap. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great time. I will start with a true story that happened to me. Something that inspired me to come here and talk with Lita and share this with you guys. Because I want to leave it to you guys as well. Like, what do you guys think about this? Because sometimes I could be wrong, you know? I could be overthinking or saying... Overassuming. So recently, Lita, I had somebody come over my house and... This is just like a little bit of far family friend to see my baby, and this was her first time seeing my house, lifestyle, and everything too. And so she came over, and we had a wonderful time together. Of course, sitting just chatting. And as she was having more conversation with me, she was asking me these questions that made me think like, what is happening?
Like what's her intentions? Like, or where she's going?
Yeah. So her questions were more like, how do you clean your house? You know, it's too big. And to me, my house is not big, guys. It's not. But like, she was just making me feel that way. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, okay, it's a decent size.
And you question in your mind, like, is she genuinely asking? Like, she's concerned about me? Or is she like pointing out the fact that my house is not clean? Or is she more like, why are you wasting your life cleaning a house?
I know. Like, how do you do it? Or I don't know what of course, my house is clean because if you're Afghan and you know somebody's coming over, you're go spotless, guys.
Cleaning.
Even if you're not that clean freak on a regular basis, but if there's a guest coming, you become this OCD.
Cleaned. Under the sofa gets clean. Under your carpet gets clean.
If we don't even shower ourselves, we make sure our house is showered. Right? So, so the questions I was getting, and then even with my kids, like, how are they like, how do they have all these programs? How do you keep up with your house stuff? Like, I rather enjoy my life doing certain things. Like my kids, they don't need to go on programs. They don't need to be so busy in life. They don't need to have, like, I don't need to have a house like this, or like, I don't need to work hard. My husband doesn't need to work that hard to have, like, the comments.
So it wasn't just you, it wasn't just asking questions how you do it. It was more like throwing you, like making sure you feel bad about what you have. Because she's like, I don't want that. I rather do something else than have 3 kids, or I rather do something else than clean my house. Like,
like, why is your lifestyle like this? Like, I rather go on more vacations, maybe go to more restaurants, spend my time more like with friends and doing fun things, and maybe you're not. But little does she know, like, I do stuff like that too, like on site. Like, we go on our vacation, we do stuff, but she was just like, I don't know what it was. So then it wasn't her first time too. Like, even before that, not coming to my house, but talking over the phone. There was few times she threw some comments like that to me. Now,
I'm happy you brought this up because, when we talked about this, we're like, you know what? Not to just talk about this story or what happened to you, or like just say, someone's jealous of you or anything like that. But it just kind of like made us more aware of what like jealousy could be like, what envy is, and what like inspiration, motivation is. Like what we have between each other, or what you have between siblings. Like when I see my sister buy something beautiful for her house, I'm just like, tell me where you got it from and when did you get it, like which home sense, like if you got this from somewhere.
But then you're also so happy for that person.
I get happy for them, but then I also want it for myself. So that's me getting motivated or inspired by so and so, or by you, or by someone I love and care about. And then I go and like I tell them, I compliment it, I get happy for them, to your point, and then I do it. Someone like that, I don't know if this is jealousy or if this is envy. Like I'm always like, in my mind, like trying to define. I know envy comes with like a lot of bitterness, and I think this sounds a little bitter because it's more like she's not happy for what you have, and she's trying to compare. Not just tell herself, but tell you that I don't want this life. Like you have it and it's so hard and I'd rather do this and that. And I find that so rude. And
yeah, because they're trying to show you that you're not doing great in life. You're whatever you have, it's not really important.
Yeah,
you know, it's just,
and even if you were happy with that, I know if you're a lot more mature and like you built this life for yourself for this way and you chose and made these decisions, right, to have more kids or to have such a house. But if you were a person who was more weaker and who was more naive, that might have impacted you, right? Like that might make you think like, oh my God, you're right. Why do I have 3 kids? Like maybe I don't want this life anymore. Like,
her lifestyle will inspire me more, and I'll want a different lifestyle, right?
And then,
and that's what they're trying to do to your mind. That I have it better. I have it better because why are you working so hard for what reason? Like it's not important to have all these kind of materialistic stuff. I rather do this and that, but that's like their life, right?
But if you want that for yourself, and if that makes you happy and sleep better at night, that you don't want these things, you can talk to yourself, talk to your spouse about these things. Like I'm happy with what I have. You don't come to someone's house or call someone and just say, how do you do this? Question them a million times and then tell them like, yeah, I rather do this than what you're doing. Like basically putting someone down. It's actually not basically, it is putting someone else down and telling someone directly in all shapes and forms that I don't want that life. Like, oh my God, poor you kind of thing, right?
Yeah, like just feeling sorry for the person that has it all, because you're like, oh, I don't want to work like hard like that, or I don't want to feel like your pain or what you're going through to have all that. Like it's not like necessary, and my life is basically better because I'm doing so and so and so.
But they don't know that obviously we worked hard and all, we went through a lot of those things, but we're happy about it.
But a lot of those people actually do want your lifestyle. So I feel like the way they say it is like they want to just kind of switch it around and say, oh no, I don't want that lifestyle, but in deep down they do. Because if actually I'm the opposite, right? Like if I see someone that has worked hard and got to a level where I want to be, I will bring it up. I'll be like, oh my God, like you're doing great, like I love like if they're like traveling more, for example, like so I will say I want to travel more like you, like how do you do this, So
that's where when we started talking about this topic, we said that's where the difference comes, right? Like there's jealousy, but then there is
inspiration.
It's not even I don't even want to call that jealousy, but it's just being inspired, and then that inspiration making you want to be at that level or like do more in your life to get to that level. To me,
I feel like jealousy is when you don't want the other person to have certain things, something better than you.
And I think I believe in that too. And then what envy is actually being bitter about it, like showing the attitude, telling that person like I don't want it, but like deep inside you do want it. So I think that's where the envy comes in.
It's a little bit confusing because
I used to think jealousy is worse, but I think envy is worse because then that's where like the person like actually starts showing.
Could be like used in a good way, and that's where you start talking about inspiration. So like I will get inspired. Like if I see Lita wearing something really nice, like she bought it off a website, and I ask her, I'm like, oh my God, that looked great on you. Right? I'm like, can you tell me where you got
jealous because you want it, but you want it because it's inspired you, right?
Or even I feel like between like sisters or cousins, this happens a lot where like one sees some like you buy a new car and then the other cousin wants it too. So like obviously she's happy for you, or your sister, whoever, they're happy for you, but they're also like, oh, maybe I should get it too because I really want it too, right? So that's different. So would you say that's envy or jealousy? What is that? Because
no, but if they're doing
jealousy is like a bad word. We've always brought up like she's jealous, like it's always like a very mean and like someone who's jealous, they're aggressive,
or even think about someone being jealous of you or something. But I think some people's behaviors and the way they talk to you and the things they say, like if this person came to you and just genuinely asked you like how do you do it because she cares for you, or she's just like offering it, like how do you do this and all, then that's different. But the fact that she's throwing in comments multiple times saying I would not rather have your life, I would rather do this, is when the problem comes, right? That's when you know what their intentions are. That's when you know.
And then they're like, I'm okay with my one kid or whatever number they have.
Say it in your heart, like say it. Like I've had those thoughts where like I've seen someone's like lifestyle and I've seen how much like they've struggled and all. I'm like in my heart I'm like, know what, I'm happy for where I am. I'm happy where like what I have in my life. Like I don't want to be struggling just to get to another level, right? Or
I wish
I've
we
seen,
could
like,
say this in front of people, though, right? Here I am talking with everybody saying this. Like, I wish when.
so how did you acknowledge it though? How did you say, what did you say? Like, oh no, I'm happy with what I have, or like, yeah, good for you. Like,
I just
I feel like-
nodded. I didn't know what to say. So this is my thing. Like when someone
And you
comes
were
to my
postpartum,
house, I
like-
know, and someone comes over my place. They're over. Like I invite. Like I didn't invite her, but I'm
hosting.
saying if I
the
am,
host,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm the host. That they're coming to me and saying throwing comments. I don't want to say anything back because I feel like I'm gonna attack them
in your
It
own
shows
house
more-
and they feel
yes.
unwelcomed.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll feel like. But I'm usually like, I know I look very chatty, very talkative, and I will like argue back. Maybe I look.
But like I said,
but
you're
I don't.
one business day late every time things like this
I
happen.
am. I'm late, and then I think about it. What I should have said this. I should have said that. But I
But
didn't.
you know, I
say
think the best
anything,
answer
I
to say is like
nodded.
to each your own. Like, I'm happy for what you have, but I'm happy with the life I have.
Inspiration and motivation is actually good. Like if you're used, like even if let's say if it's jealousy, let's say we talked about like you have something and then the other person wants it too. If it's used in a good way, like it's let's say somebody wants to go to university and get a degree or like or their masters, and their friend gets inspired by that. They get motivated being around people that are so good, doing so well in life and getting achievements. That is great. Is that jealousy though?
So I don't know. Like,
Or is that inspiration and motivation? Is that friend jealous of you? Like, let's say if you go and,
I feel like jealousy starts when you want something better than others. Like, you want something better for yourself than others, and you're just like.
and if the other
Like, yeah,
person
it-
gets
it's-
something, you're like,
you're pissed
oh,
off
like
about
I
it.
want it too. Why did she get it?
And if you're pissed off about it in your heart and like, you're making that like inspire you to get farther, then again, I don't think that's jealousy to your question.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just your way of inspiring yourself and motivating yourself to go and get there. I don't know. It's so hard to like really define it. Like if you actually even Google like or like check the definition.
And
of
how
it,
do
I
you
feel like
define this? Let's
jealousy is
say
more-
if I get a car and then you got a car the next day because you loved my car so much and you're like, oh, I want to get it. And then you went and the next day you got the same car as me. And then I would get pissed off for why you got the same car.
So then that means we don't have a good relationship.
No, but I'm saying I'm not talking really about us. I'm talking about other people.
I'm talking like that means those people don't have a good strong relationship.
Who's the jealous one there, or who's the
Well,
one
it depends. If the person that first got the car, if the friend is not happy for them, and they just like went the next day, they're like, why does she have it? Why don't I have it?
It all so you're
there are
basically
people
saying it's
who
the
want-
attention.
Yeah, I feel like it's the intention of how you react. Like if
Yeah.
you react well with something
Yeah.
I get,
Yeah.
and then you go get it because you
But some people can't sleep that night if their friend or their family friend or whoever it is gets something in life. They're like, I gotta have it.
Yeah.
And if they're like putting so much pressure on themselves to get it, that is envy, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
So, like-
no, I feel like that's still jealousy. Oh my God.
God, this
But
is hard.
if they
Okay.
come to you and like similar to the story you told us, and they basically tell you that they don't want what you have. And they show that they don't want it, but secretly they want it, or they go
force,
get
yeah.
something that you have.
Yeah.
That's the envy part. Like I said, the envy comes with the emotions, with the reaction, with the bitterness, and being bitter about it. Jealousy is more like being afraid of not having what you
I
have.
always thought envy was like a better version of jealousy, but
That's what I thought. I thought jealousy is like the worst form of it
Yeah.
all. But like the more I like learned about it, the more we talked about it, I'm like, yeah, no, it's actually like jealousy could come in a good way, like you said earlier, and jealousy can lead to inspiration. But in most cases, I feel like if you have a good relationship with people, like, and if you really
you're generally happy for them
happy
for what they
them and
have,
all,
what
and
they
then if
get.
you just mimic or copy, whatever you want to call it, or get inspired, that's good. There are people who will see something you have, they will like it, they will not compliment it, they will not say anything about it, they will just look and like just kind of like no comments, nothing. And then the next time you see them, like you'll see them having the same thing, which I don't know what to say about that, because what is that then? Like,
You know what they will do? They will say negative things about it, but they will
But then-
still go and do it.
And
I have
I've
seen
seen that too,
people
you're
that
right.
will like throw in bad comments about what you
so
have.
I have a story about that, because when I was getting
please
married,
share.
when I was getting married, so I did my henna night, we did a henna night, so I had an engagement party before we got married, and we waited like about 2.5
Couple
years
years, yeah.
before we got married. So obviously I'm excited, I want a henna night, I want like my wedding and all. But there were people like that would literally call my mom and say, why is she wasting, like, is she like literally in like
The wedding-
in
around
bad
the wedding
words
time is
say
yeah.
like, is she like illiterate or dumb to have a wedding, because why is she wasting money? She should buy a house. Because we didn't buy a house when we first got married. We started like, we moved out, we got a condo, we were renting out.
They were trying to make you feel bad about
that. Oh, you're gonna go rent out a condo, but you're like, you can't afford to buy a house, and then you're gonna throw a wedding to show off to people that you can afford a wedding. Like, it's none of your business. And then
those are the people probably wanted what you had.
And then those are the people whose kids got married and they had like a huge expensive wedding years later. And I told my mom, like, you should be calling them and say, oh, your kids are dumb too now. Like, literally, I would have done the same thing, but my mom is not like that to call. But that, I don't know what to call that. Like, was that them just being jealous? Or maybe like sometimes I'm like, maybe at that point they had a different mindset, and now that their kids are getting married, it's different. But I feel
no
like,
excuse though, like no excuse to make someone feel guilty about what they're doing and then doing
the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
What do we call those people?
I would still say jealous, because I actually didn't know about the envy word that much. We never used it as much. I would say, but like jealous in a bad way, because I define jealousy in two ways: like someone who's genuinely happy for you, like good jealousy, and I used to say like bad jealousy. Bad jealousy is like evil eye, trying to like, just evil eye your things and wanting your things, but not really saying it to you.
And it is though that's exactly what it is. But I think you guys need to tell us what you think jealousy is versus evilness. I think, or envy. I think we have a great explanation, or like the way we spoke about inspiration and motivation. We got that clear. There's nothing there. But then I think there's still a lot of questions around jealousy, envy, and all.
And then there's a lot of stories too. There's a lot of people around.
We actually have a really, really nice one of our lovely besties had a call with us, and she shared her story, and part of her story comes from like some jealousy too, right? Like, we will share more about her story like in one of our future episodes, because this story
it's such a eye-opener, guys. It's such an eye-opener for everybody, for all the viewers, for all these girls that are this generation, and they're like trying to get married or trying to get into a relationship even. So
I think it's a good eye-opener, and like just how to like look for those red flags. But part of it, like one of the red flags is also jealousy within like the family and within thing, because I think that happened with our situation, right? Like where her sister-in-law was jealous, and like she kind of led her to be in a situation which she was. I know it's weird to talk about it, but I think it happens a lot in relationships and families.
Unfortunately.
And it's quite common, like, and sometimes we might not notice it because we have like pure heart and we don't have those intentions. But like I said, like if someone's doing it repeatedly and they're doing it every time, or at least every other time, and they're throwing in comments like the way they are,
their behavior,
like, there's nothing to be hidden. I feel like sometimes it's good to ignore those people, but sometimes you have to acknowledge them and just say like, I'm happy where I am, and like my choice, my life. Like, I don't question your life, I don't question your decisions.
But I think it's the best thing is to like you said, acknowledge it and say something back, because most of the time, like I said, like I won't say anything, and then it'll hit me like I should have said this, or like I have to,
and you think about it like later, and then because the more you let these people say stuff, the more they think that you are believing,
and they're right
because you have nothing to say, right?
So I just not.
Let's prepare this girl. Okay. Hi Shabana, how are you, Khubasti?
Thank you.
I don't like the way you live your life. I'd rather go on vacation. What are you gonna say?
Girl, I am so grateful for what I have. Like, you wish you had my life, just go get a life and leave me alone.
Seriously, no, we have to do that sometimes. We have to prepare ourselves to just, tell people how grateful we are for what we have. And for me, it is the best life, but maybe for
you might not enjoy that life, but I am enjoying.
So I'm enjoying it, so I don't think we're anybody to question or like, to say or compare directly in front of a postpartum. Is it postpartum? Yeah.
Postpartum.
You got my mom's like life, come into their house, feel welcome, and then throw in unnecessary comments. But anyways, guys. I think you guys can tell us more about what you think jealousy versus envy is.
And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and send this to your friends and family. Thanks for watching again.
Bye.
Bye.